an article a couple months ago in Teen Vogue, written by an autistic woman who was criticizing the portrayal of autistic people in entertainment because there weren't any characters exactly like her represented on television and in film. And a couple of the examples that she presented were all women characters who were autistic. Now, autism is routinely underdiagnosed and misdiagnosed in women and in girls. So I was pretty impressed by the fact that the writers of 3 different shows chose to portray autistic people who were women and girls. That I thought that was pretty remarkable. The stereotypical autistic person that you see in popular media is a young white male, not a girl or a woman. Moving right along, I used to be critical of the portrayal of autistic characters on screen because none of them were exactly like my boys, like the autistic people that I knew. But the thing is, while both of my boys are autistic, they're as different from each other as you would expect typical siblings to be. And while they share some characteristics in common, the fact that they are autistic doesn't mean that when you've met one, you can really understand the other. And that goes true for a lot of the other autistic people that I know and have had the opportunity to meet and get to know them better. Autistic people are indeed very diverse, and it's not easy to capture that in the characters that we create for our popular entertainment. So I can appreciate that because autistic people are so diverse and the autistic community is so diverse, you're probably not going to find a character that exactly represents what you know or who you know on the autism spectrum. That being said, I'm pretty impressed that show writers are even trying or even bothering to try to portray autistic people in popular media. What I would love to see is writers going out and meeting more and more autistic people and interacting with them so that they can develop richer characters and give greater depth to their characters as they write them. I remember, recently Sesame Street added their first autistic character to their lineup, and I watched the first clip where they introduced this character, Julia, and I'm like, okay, this works. I've met autistic people who are kind of sort of like what they're portraying on film, and then this little character runs off screen and all the adults stand there together just chatting about how she's different, and sometimes meeting new people overwhelms her and no one chases after her. And myself and all my other mom friends were like on the edge of our seats, like, is anybody going after that child? And in our minds, she's already halfway down the street and perhaps into traffic, and we're all chasing after her, trying to get her back, because that's what happens in the real world when an autistic child kind of runs off. So those kinds of details that sometimes show writers don't quite get right, that could benefit from a little bit more research would be awesome. But I don't think it's realistic to expect that any given character that's deliberately, specifically written to be autistic is going to match any given individual's experience of autism. But it's nice that it's great that writers are trying, and it's great that they seem to be getting closer, and it's remarkable that show writers are including women with autism, because women are so often underdiagnosed or misdiagnosed. Autism does occur all across the socioeconomic spectrum, so shows that can kind of help get through the stereotype that it's a white male thing would be awesome. But I'm not going to really criticize anyone for not getting the perfect representation out there, because there is no perfect representation out there. As the saying goes, when you've met one autistic person, you've met one autistic person. So that's my take on autism entertainment. Cut these guys some slack, because even when you have grown up with autism and lived with autism, you still have to recognize that you don't know the full scope of autism, because there's so much to it. So take some time, writers, to get out there, meet some autistic people, let them challenge your presuppositions about autism and autistic people and what they can do and what they can't, and appreciate the humor and the life experiences, and take some of that back and include it in your shows and include it in your characters. And yeah, there are a lot of people who are what we call subclinical, who don't quite meet our current diagnostic criteria, so they kind of slide under the radar. Write some characters like that too, because it's really fun to see how people learn how to live and succeed in life that way. Anyway, that's my take on autism in entertainment. Cut them a little slack, the same way you want to give autistic people room to breathe and grow and be who they are. Thanks for watching, everybody. Chill. Guys, what do we want everyone to do with our videos?
Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, bye-bye. No!
Thanks for watching.
No! No, no, no.